My name is Hannah Sturgis, and I will be presenting on how QR codes can be used in the classroom. What is a QR code? A QR code is a machine-readable code that consists of black and white squares that look similar to a barcode. QR codes are typically used for storing URLs or other information. QR stands for Quick Response, but you will never hear QR codes be referred to as Quick Response codes. They are only referred to as QR codes. And obviously, the name is based off the intention to quickly present data. As I mentioned, QR codes do look very similar to standard barcodes, but they're really not all that similar. QR codes are way more advanced than standard barcodes. QR codes are two-dimensional barcodes, while standard barcodes are only one-dimensional. QR codes can be read vertically or horizontally, and standard barcodes can only be read horizontally. QR codes can hold over 4,000 characters of data, and standard barcodes can only hold up to 20 numerical digits. QR codes can be scanned very easily from almost any technological device. You can use your tablet, a phone, a laptop, really anything with a camera can pick up and scan a QR code, and you cannot do this for a standard barcode. QR codes can also be easily tracked through their URL, and standard barcodes cannot be tracked through their URL. QR codes have the potential to carry information in small spaces. Standard barcodes can sometimes take up to 10 times the amount of printing space as a QR code, and they can carry the same amount of information, although QR codes can be so much smaller. The history of QR codes. QR codes were actually created in 1994 by a business named Denso Wave in Japan. And they created QR codes to be able to track the vehicle manufacturing process for Toyotas. And QR codes did not become very popular in the United States until around 2010 because we did not have the technology that we needed to be able to use them. We did not have the scanners for phones because we did not have smartphones when they were first created. So we did not have the scanners to be able to scan them with our phones. So they were not very useful for us. So we did not have them until around 2010. And now they're becoming really, really popular in the United States. And actually, in just a year's time, they went from being used by 1% of the American population to over 5% of the population, which is crazy. How QR codes can be used in the classroom. There are a plethora of ways that QR codes can be used in the classroom, and I'm just going to name a few. Teachers can add QR codes to homework sheets that link out sources for help. Say a student is having problems or having troubles with doing a math problem. If a teacher links a QR code for a math website like Khan Academy, the student can scan that QR code and have help for answering their homework questions. QR codes can also be used to help students cite sources. Teachers can add QR codes to library books to provide additional information about the author or even the book itself. If they want to write a book report, they can attach a QR code and the student can scan it and learn a little bit more information about the book. Teachers can attach QR codes to classroom calendars to let students know upcoming events such as homework that may be due coming up. QR codes can be linked to a Word document for students to check their own answers online instead of having to wait for their papers to be graded. They can go to that website and check their answers. QR codes can also link students to notes or study guides. That way they don't have to get tired of writing out their notes. Maybe the teacher can provide the notes through a QR code for them to just go on there and study their notes offline instead of having to write everything out, which is very convenient. Bulletin boards are a great way to show off your QR codes. This can be used to broadcast a school organization that teachers may want students to attend. Maybe a teacher has come up with a new organization that they want students to start coming to. If they just write the name of the organization on the bulletin board and then provide a QR code for students to scan to learn more about the organization, they can do that and hopefully gain people or students to come to their organization. They can also use QR codes on a bulletin board to help to maybe take a poll to get students to vote. Students can vote for maybe their favorite book to see what book the teacher will read the next week. This is an easy way to just get students involved in their learning and help them be able to become a little more interested in what they're learning or how to learn. QR codes can be very beneficial to teachers and students. QR codes can take students directly to a designated website, avoiding distractions. You can easily get distracted and led to the wrong website. So the QR codes are simple and just take one little scan and take the student straight to the website. And they also save time. Instead of having the student have to type the information in to get to the website, they can scan the QR code and it takes them straight there. QR codes also provide a different approach to teaching and learning. It allows students to get engaged and be more active by maybe searching for QR codes around the room and being able to be involved this way. There's just so many ways that QR codes can be used in a classroom. And like I mentioned, I can only list a few, but the list can go on how QR codes can be used in the classroom. So with technology on the rise, it's very important for students today to know how to create their own QR code and how to scan them also. So I'm going to play a video of a little girl scanning a QR code off of a computer, and then I'm going to show you how to scan one and how to create on a phone and how to create your own QR code.
We've got some websites that we visit often, and they're bookmarked, but people forget where they're bookmarked. So then people just try to go on Google, but then they forget how to spell them. So then we decided with the shortcut, QR codes. So this is how you do it. Now I'm just trying to find the QR code thing, and there it is. You just click on it simply, and then you hold it up in front of this little camera thing until it recognizes it. So now it's recognized it. You click on it, and there we are. When a QR code crazy.
So that video gave you an idea of how easy they are to scan, and it also shows you that how easy it is for even little kids to use them. And it's very important for kids at a young age to start learning about technology, and QR codes gives them a easy way and a simple lesson on how to use technology. So even though you know how to scan them now, it still doesn't take away the questions you may have about how to create your own QR code, and it's very simple. So now I'm going to take you through the process of creating your own QR code. So it's very easy to create your own QR code. You can literally create a QR code using any website that you may wish. I am just going to use one that I'm very familiar with. It's actually my high school website, and I got very familiar with it, so it's just a quick one to show you. You can literally do it for any website that you wish. So all you do is you copy the URL into your generator, and it does not matter what generator you use. To get this one, all I did was typed in a Google QR code generator, and it took me straight to this one. But there are so many different options, and there's going to be a list of options in a slide in a minute that shows you just a few of the options. There's so many different generators that you can use. But now that I copied that URL, now I'm just going to paste it into this QR code generator, and it will create your own code. And once that is done, all you have to do is download it. Once that file downloads, you simply open it, and there's your QR code. And you saw how simple and easy that was. And if you want to test it out, you can hold your phone up to this code right here, and it will show you exactly, and it will take you straight to that website that I just took you from using this QR code. All I did was took that URL, copied and pasted into that QR code generator, and it created this right here. And so now I'm going to show you what it should look like after you have created the QR code. You can scan it, and this is what it looks like if you scan it from your phone, and then you tap that little tab right there, and it takes you straight to the website. So as I mentioned, QR codes are very, very useful in today's society, and they're very useful in the classroom, and they can help teachers out a ton if they're used for the right purposes. And with technology on the rise the way that it is, we try to find shortcuts to help us, and QR codes are a fun way to get students involved, and it's a shortcut to learning and to using technology. And this is a list of more of the QR codes or websites, the generators as I mentioned, that I would post. And so this gives you an idea of just a few more generators. And it does not matter what generator you use as long as you use one to create your QR codes. This is my bibliography of where I got all my information. This list is a great way of showing you where I got all of my information.